What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back, or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Might, actively escaping the Matrix, scoping out the crypto oceans. If you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Crypto life.
In a previous vid, I shared the recent launch of Kaspa Kii, aka the Kaspa Industrial Initiative, KII, which is a foundation committed to leveraging Kaspa's high-performance directed acyclic graph, or DAG-based distributed ledger technology, DLT, to drive innovation and efficiency across key industrial and enterprise sectors. And Kaspa Kii's board member Rory O'Neill revealed some groundbreaking updates and developments that truly goes beyond the crypto ocean, setting Kaspa up for mass adoption across multiple industries potentially soon. Amongst the industries, Kaspa Kii board member Rory O'Neill mentioned the energy industry, and that's uncharted territory for crypto standards.
Our involvement is to push Kaspa into industries where we know that there's solutions. How best to launch a stable coin, for example, on Kaspa in the Kaspa ecosystem that's fully regulatory compliant from day one. And we have some interesting initiatives around that. And then to further reinforce what we're doing, we're holding our first conference event in September in Dublin called Kaspa in Enterprise. And the whole focus of that will be to reinforce why Kaspa, why we think it's good for enterprise, why we think it's scalable, why we think it's good for financial services, why we think it's good for logistics. At the time, we invested more than $12 million in this particular project for energy transactions and reconciliations for cross-border trade. We discovered early last year Kaspa and spent some time looking at it quietly in the background and how it could work. And we saw that there wasn't smart contracts or layer 2s or anything like that available at the time. But we thought that the base technology in and of itself was super, super interesting.
Popular American broadcaster, filmmaker, and host of the Kaiser Report, Max Kaiser, is a Bitcoin OG, one of the few privileged investors who bought Bitcoin in its early days. Kaiser started accumulating Bitcoin in 2011 when BTC was trading for around $1 per Bitcoin. In the 80s, Max Kaiser worked as a part-time stockbroker, which was an experience he says helped him instantly recognize the immense opportunity Bitcoin presents. Now watch what Max Kaiser says about the energy sector and its imminent connection to Bitcoin when it comes to transactions.
Just like software ate the world during the 70s and 80s, and every company in the world became essentially a software company. You know, car companies are a software company, airlines are a software company. All value will become priced in Bitcoin. Everything will be priced in Bitcoin, particularly energy. I would say the next big prediction, I'll make a prediction here, is that within 24 months, all the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin, not dollars. And that will be the end of the fiat money world as we know it officially, and the beginning of the Bitcoin epoch.
History proves that the current fiat system as we know it today is beyond failure. Companies and certainly astute people like you, Crypto Crew, understand this. Now, although I agree with Max Kaiser in that companies in the energy industry are shifting towards alternatives outside of the fiat system, I personally do not believe Bitcoin will be the preferred option. Simply because Bitcoin has steered away from Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision, becoming a store of value pretty much solely and not a peer-to-peer currency. Simply put, Bitcoin is not scalable at all. The actual solution to big players in the energy industry is Kaspa. And that is where Kaspa Kii will fit in to extend the bridge between the energy industry's need for a decentralized, secure, and scalable network, meaning no intervening governments or bad actors, fast transactions, and low gas fees, saving potential tens and tens of millions of dollars. Now let's get a little bit more specific into the matter. If you visit the Kaspa Kii homepage, you will learn about its mission and aims and how all of this ties into both the energy sector as well as climate change initiatives. Paul Fonson is the Kaspa Kii chairman, who also happens to be the president and founding CEO of DII Desert Energy, or DII which is short for Desertec Industrial Initiative. Now, on the DII's webpage, you can spot an entire list of their strategic allegiances. Siemens, as in Siemens Energy, and Shell Corporation being the most notable ones. Now, keep in mind, Crypto Crew, Shell is just an example out of the many DII partners. Also keep in mind, DII is closely related to KII, or Kaspa Kii, because of Paul van Son's prominence in both organizations. Again, Kaspa Kii is the bridge between the energy industry's need for a decentralized, secure, and scalable network that leads to fast transactions and lower gas fees, saving potential tens of millions of dollars. And we're not talking about one company, we're talking about a network of companies partnered to DII, which is connected to Kaspa Kii. You might not know this yet, Crypto Crew, but for years, Shell has been heavily invested into blockchain. Check out the following explainer vids to give you a glimpse of Shell's vision regarding the topic of blockchain within the energy sector.
Blockchain is a huge ledger of transactions made out of computer code that's stored online. Just like those held by middlemen, the blockchain ledger can hold a record of different transactions as well. On a blockchain, transactions are stored in batches called blocks that are linked together in chronological order. The information in each block is encrypted, time-stamped, and given a unique identifier that's known as a hash. Because the hash of one block is determined by the hash of the previous block, the blocks are linked together in a chain forever. In principle, they cannot be changed, edited, or deleted. If you need to make a change, you have to add another transaction block onto the chain, leaving behind an uneditable record of all past transactions. But how can you guarantee that the person managing the blockchain doesn't manipulate the data? Well, while a middleman has full control over the ledger they manage, blockchain ledgers are not under the control of any one individual or institution. They are a distributed ledger, which means they are held across a whole network of computers. No one person can add to the chain without the approval of every other blockchain host. When a new record is added, every participant must verify the input before it is accepted. This is known as the consensus protocol. Once the record has been added to the blockchain, every participant gets a full copy. This has a key benefit. If data is stored across hundreds of locations, then there isn't a centralized ledger that a hacker can corrupt or change. A corrupt middleman might edit a record, but any record entered onto a blockchain is verified by all participants, hosted in many locations, encrypted and linked chronologically to all other existing records. This makes it very difficult to forge records. Middlemen allow us to trust the transactions that we are conducting, but their records can be vulnerable and potentially tampered with. Blockchain is less vulnerable. It is a decentralized, secure, and distributed way to store data. And supporters claim that it is more reliable than our current middlemen. And it is a technology that can be used to automate a whole range of transactions, from signing contracts, to tracking products, to buying energy.
How can individual consumers and businesses purchase low-carbon energy if local supply is limited? And how can low-carbon energy suppliers build a market if there is little local demand? It is possible to create a system where low-carbon energy can be sold virtually to anyone across the world, while the physical energy itself is supplied locally. For example, a small renewable power supplier in Indonesia could sell electricity directly to a US car maker. But this new way of supplying energy may raise questions. Is the electricity really green? Was the hydrogen produced using renewable power? And when it comes to carbon credits, do they really represent the removal of carbon from the atmosphere? Blockchain is one of the emerging technologies that has the potential to answer these questions. It can make it possible to track low-carbon energy and certificates from their origin through every stage and transaction. Blockchain provides a way of storing details of any asset and transaction, not in one central database, but across a network of computers. This provides a secure, transparent, and tamper-proof record that all parties involved can rely on. It can enable individuals, companies, and even smart things all over the world to interact and transact directly, based on a secure, trusted system without the need of an intermediary. This would allow almost any producer to sell low-carbon energy to customers globally, encouraging them to invest further, expanding supply. And consumers would be able to buy energy from new suppliers, confident that it had been produced from low-carbon sources. Blockchain also creates the potential to transform the way parties collaborate and interact, to accelerate development of low-carbon technologies and products. Shell is exploring a range of ways blockchain could support the energy transition. By verifying the provenance of nature-based carbon credits, by proving the source and attributes of energy products, for example, verifying that hydrogen has been produced using renewable energy, or by helping individuals to buy and sell locally produced energy.
This is Shell connected to Kaspa Kii through its partnership with DII. Now that's not to say Shell is officially in partnership with Kaspa Kii as of the making of this vid. All I'm saying, Crypto Crew, is that Shell is invested into blockchain before Kaspa came onto the crypto ocean. I've not fully gone into the technical side of Shell's current blockchain network. However, with Kaspa's Edge being the first crypto project to ever solve the trilemma, implementing its revolutionary blockdag technology, most likely Kaspa offers companies like Shell a fundamentally superior option to whatever Shell has been using so far. With the launch of Kaspa Kii, the path for Shell is laid out to profit immensely from Kaspa's groundbreaking technology, saving potential tens of millions of dollars, whilst pushing forward or enabling their own long-term vision. Worst case scenario, Crypto Crew, Shell is not interested in Kaspa. Even then, there are dozens of other companies connected to DII, thus Kaspa Kii, that I'm sure are more than interested switching over to the Kaspa network. Once this happens, with or without Shell, Kaspa will cross over to the energy industry as the first crypto project to do so. And it doesn't stop there, as Kaspa's technology will benefit many other industries, which Kaspa Kii's Rory O'Neill mentioned. More on that in a separate vid, where I will share 3 reasons for Kaspa's major growth in the short, mid, and long term. I'm on the crypto ocean to make profits, and so I don't share these vids out of tribalism. My goal is to share my conviction on Kaspa for your benefit during this sideways market that, to me, seemingly is the final frontier before Kaspa hits a new all-time high and goes price exploring to a level I personally believe will eventually send shockwaves throughout the whole crypto ocean. Because fundamentally speaking, my faith in Kaspa is almost as vast as my faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. And with all that I shared in today's vid, it is clear to see, 1, Kaspa's potential exceeds the usage within the crypto ocean, even though it's a one-of-a-kind. 2, Kaspa is about to delve deep into industries no crypto projects has ever gone before. 3, Kaspa will set a new precedent for the new wave of crypto projects. Don't be fooled by what you see in front of you. Today's vid is a matter of vision, not to impress you, rather impress onto you what potentially could be in the not-so-distant future. Crypto Crew, we're on the cusp of what has been widely regarded as the greatest bull run the crypto ocean has ever witnessed. I guess what's left to say is that if you're watching this video around the making of this video, congrats, because you've made it to the harbor. But the Kaspa ship is about to sail and never to return again. And you can choose to board this baby or be left behind.
Into the boat!
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean, grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say